Hi everyone, and welcome to the Cancer March 2022 mid-month engagement reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. And what does that mean in regular terms? That means to find where you fit. All right, so Cancer, this reading is meant to help you. It's basically just like a mid-month reminder from Spirit to keep your unique singular self engaged with your life experience so that you are living with intent. You're not just kind of letting the days go by and that you are continually aware of bringing out your unique self and fearlessly engaging that with your life experience. All right, so Cancer, we have, interesting. We have two cards here. One came out upside down. I don't put reversals in my deck, so that is interesting. So we have Orbs of Light, number 40, breaking down to a 4, and we have Soul Child, number 14, breaking down to a 5. It's interesting that this came out upside down. I'm going to go ahead and these are kind of your main messages for this reading, and I'm going to read the blurb from the book for each to give you something to kind of ponder on for the rest of the month, but we'll go into the reversal of that after I read the message here. Okay, so Orbs of Light. It says the spiritual worlds are delivering a message to you. You may have already heard it through telepathic reception and mistaken it for your own thought. Yet it is inspired by your higher guidance, those spiritual beings that love you without condition. It is an answer to a question and guidance to increase your happiness. So there's something coming through here about, I'm actually going to read just the extra couple lines here. It says, it is possible to pray without realizing it. The universe is lovingly listening to every thought and feeling in your heart and mind. Now, I get, it's interesting that this came out upside down because I do get that feeling that there's almost this, there's like messages coming in for you, or there's something coming in where you feel like, why am I receiving this? I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for this information. I didn't want to know that, or why do I feel like something is coming in for me that maybe this is almost like where you'd have somebody call you up and offer you help in some aspect of your life, and you're like, why would this person randomly offer me help there? I didn't ask for it. I didn't need it. It wasn't even in my mind that I needed help there. And there's something to be said around that for you right now, Cancer, for the mid-month, is that there's something that might be coming through for you through Spirit, or even possibly through the deliverance, a message delivered through another person, where you're going to be offered help in some capacity, where you might not have even realized that this is an answer to your prayer, that being given this opportunity for help or being given this advice is actually something to kind of stay open to, because it is directly coming in for maybe a prayer that you in your heart of hearts are hoping and praying for, and it's coming through now. So don't kind of turn your back on it or look at it and go, what is this? Stay open. Because then we have Soul Child, number 14, which I love this card. It's actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. Let's take a look. It says, rebirth is upon you, beautiful child of the universe. You have prepared for new life, and it is starting right now. The divine moment of rebirth, which occurs after a period of struggle, of intense inner work and physical transformation, has arrived. Enjoy getting to know this new self. It is a new day, a new beginning, a new you. Oh, I just got goosebumps. Like an adventurer enjoying the discovery of a brand new world, take your time to explore the increase of your light, power, and love. And I'm going to just read also the first couple lines of the rest of this. It says, you have undergone the death of the old order. Nothing is as it was, not will it be so again. You have had to learn detachment, to release and let go over and over again. In so many ways, you have experienced inner death as you have bravely surrendered that which no longer serves your growth this lifetime, even if you once loved it dearly or couldn't imagine life without it. And I think that this is beautiful. There's something here about you guys have gone through something difficult, a period of difficult growth and transformation. And that now there is something coming through for you that is going to be that answer to your prayers, or the answer to an aspect of your life right now where maybe on some level, kind of almost in the periphery, on the subconscious, where you're like, how am I going to get through this? What am I going, like, there's just so much going on. What am I going to do? And this is saying, stay open. Spirit's with you, and that you're being given this kind of, I mean, think of orbs of light. It's almost like an infusion of divine presence to allow you to open yourself up to something that's coming in that is going to kind of, I think, unlock this new world that you are stepping into. Beautiful message, Cancer. Okay. Now I'm going to pull some cards here, for one for the concept of curiosity, one for courage, and one for contemplation. We're going to take a look at where Spirit would like you to stay open and curious. We're going to take a look at where Spirit would like you to have courage to take action, and then where Spirit would like you to contemplate or reflect on. A message kind of for the rest of the month here. So we're going to pull a card for the concept of courage. What does curiosity. What does Spirit want you to stay open to? When we're thinking about curiosity, this is where we are trying to maintain that beautiful, open, optimistic curiosity towards our external environment, allowing ourselves to be ready, kind of in that state of awe and wonder at what is going to come in for us that we don't know. So we have fork in the road, number 13, also breaking down to a 4. And, you know, I love this fork in the road card in this deck because it shows, I know most of you probably can't see it because this card has a lot of detail that is kind of dark in this picture, but there's a llama, and there is a apple sitting here, and there's an owl here. There's kind of a monkey. It looks almost like he has a mask on. But there's this feeling of, I always look at the apple and the owl, and there's this element of the apple almost, to me, signifying that when we think of the fable or the story Snow White, that, poisoned apple, there's this element of something looking very tantalizing, and yet with one bite, it's something that can poison us. And then we have the owl, which is kind of the embodiment of wisdom and knowledge. And the owl can take flight. And what's interesting is when we think about the fork in the road, the owl doesn't have to fly one way or the other. The owl can fly up and above. That's why they are a symbol of wisdom. They can see from a higher perspective. They also have incredible eyesight, so they can see all. And there is this really strong feeling coming through of tapping into that you may feel that you're at a fork in the road because of this transformation that you've gone through. And you may be sitting kind of waiting of like, okay, well, which way am I going to go? And you may be waiting for certain aspects in your life to kind of line up first before you make this decision. And I get this feeling that there's going to be kind of like the poison apple versus the really stepping into that place of wisdom, of being able to understand that when you're being curious, it's about opening your eyes up to perhaps the broader perspective. It's realizing that maybe the fork in the road or the two decisions you're sitting with, there might be more options out there. And that's really what Spirit's trying to come in through for this specific mid-month message, is that there is an alternative, and there could be many alternatives, and that for some reason you might not be open to it right now because you're maybe staring at the apple. You might be staring at something that maybe isn't good for you, or that maybe it seems enticing, but ultimately is not really what is going to help you step up into the transformation that has occurred, this larger growth period. And so there's something here to stay curious and open to what you're not seeing, to allow yourself really to kind of just step back and allow the divine messages to come in to help illuminate another path forward, something that I think some of you have been missing to this point. So stay curious and open to that. What have you missed? What is an option you thought wasn't open to you? All right, now I'm going to pull a card here for the concept of courage. Where Spirit would like you to stay, or I'm sorry, what Spirit would like you to have the courage to take action. So what does Cancer need to be aware of? Ooh, I like this one. Okay, we have Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery, number 8. I love the number 8. It's all about personal empowerment, stepping into that place of personal empowerment. It always lines up to me with the sacral chakra, so there's an element of creativity around that as well. But when we think about it, life is a mystery. And sometimes there is that element of we don't know what we don't know. So when you're having the courage to take action on allowing yourself to stay curious and open and receptive for the rest of this month, there's an element here of understanding that there is so much more to life that we don't know, and that you specifically don't know, and that Spirit is going to be illuminating for you. And this is about having the courage to stay open to that, to take action from that place of, okay, I don't know everything, but I feel like I'm being guided towards this. I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to have faith, because there may be a way opening for me right now that I wasn't even aware it was a possibility. This is kind of making me think, Cancer, a little bit of the people, and I know I've met a few of these people in my life, so possibly you've met somebody like this too, where they speak about some very interesting kind of niche job or profession that they found themselves in and created for themselves, and how they never even knew before they started doing something that even existed, that you could even have a profession in that area. And it's those people that always kind of mystify me, in that they just found this perfect little niche for themselves, and yet they had to kind of lean into the realization that, well, I'm being asked to do this, I'm just going to do it, even though I know nothing about it, but I'm feeling called to it, or avenues are opening up for me to walk forward into this area. I'm going to do it. So there's a little bit of that coming through here for you, Cancer. All right. So for your final point of contemplation, where to reflect on for the rest of this month, we're going to see what Spirit would like you to know. Ooh, I love this. It's interesting. Your message kind of is aligning with Pisces. I just did Pisces as well. It's almost like a continuation of that message. So we have inspire passion. It says, life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is a time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. Beautiful. So there's something coming through here about reflecting on your unique passion, and how in living that passion into life, you not only live your passion, but you can inspire and ignite the passion in others. I always like to say that, sometimes we feel like we are walking through a world of darkness, and we always hold within us our eternal flame that is never extinguished. And we think sometimes that by illuminating ourselves, we don't understand how that can ever be enough light to illuminate the immensity of the darkness that we can see around ourselves at times. And what we have to remember is that the beauty of allowing our eternal flame to shine brightly as we can possibly allow it to shine, which is us living our passionate, unique selves into life fearlessly and boldly, that we in turn allow others to be attracted to that, to see what we're doing, and to have the courage to do the same. We allow them to, in a way, kind of light their own fire again, burn brighter and more beautifully by coming into contact with our light. And when we think about that, you think about the night sky and how there are so many different stars. And when we can see them, when you go to a very, kind of dark, uninhabited place and you can see the night sky, it is not dark, it is very bright. And even though each of those individual stars are not going to, aside from our own star, which is close to us, our sun, each one of those individual stars is not enough to light up the night sky. But it is all of the stars together, lit and shining, that allow that beautiful night sky to be illuminated. And there's something to be said about that. So really keep that in mind for this month of reconnecting to what is a part of your passion that you would like to live out into the world, and how can that help illuminate the darkness right now. It's a beautiful message coming through, and what I'm going to leave you with, Cancer. So if you would like to illuminate your own personal spiritual importance and to see how it can be of service to yourself and others, basically take a deeper dive into your own personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below to book a personal reading or a one-on-one coaching session. And just to let you know, I will be running a special in April for the entire month of April, where my I Am Illuminated reading will be discounted. It will be, instead of $150, it will be $111 for the entire month of April, because I do feel it is very important for everyone to know about themselves on a deeper level, to understand their motivations, their why, and why are they here spiritually? What are they meant to accomplish? And especially going through these really kind of intense times, I think the more people who know where they are meant to be of service, the greater the collective has in the ability to overcome periods of dark time or darkness like we're going through now. So I'll be running that special for the month of April as a way that I can give back. And I hope I will see some of you there. Otherwise, I will see you all in April for your illumination reading, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the month, Cancer.